never stop learning. It seems my expertise was not enough. Watch out for trouble.
The only music coming from the orchestra pit now is the groans of the dying. But it seems one of the captives still has the strength to look for a way out. This time-worn stage has been home to many comedies and dramas, but this is the first genuine tragedy to play out across its boards. And the director of the piece is none other than the cursed Descari. The unwilling players must find a way to escape the theater, or else their deaths will be entertainment for the merciless audience.
I'll just have to resort to brute force!
What have you done? Why did you kill him? Our poor Leafy, how could you? Langrat Massini, at your service. Huh? I am the first violin in this very theater. Or at least, that's who I was before disaster struck. Now I'm just like you. Just another victim, hiding from savage monsters among the ruins, hoping to see the sun rise just one more time. Look, thank you for helping me out, but surely you could have found a non-violent solution. What? No, not at all. Leafy and I are friends. He got scared, that's all. Scared and hungry after... Oh, Shellen, this is a nightmare. What did I do to deserve this? What sin did I commit? It's all the demons. I've never seen dogs behave like this. It's worse than rabies. Worse than plague. Those monsters have brought madness to our city. People have lost their minds and have started killing each other. And now the dogs have gone berserk. They're strays, the poor things. We feed them every once in a while. They look so miserable. I guess they were quick to forget about our friendship. Or maybe it was the insidious Baphomet who made them attack their patrons.
Demon Lord of Beasts, Labyrinths, and Minotaurs, Baphomet was the first and greatest Minotaur, a beast created by Lamishto to serve as a leader for her latest creations. Seeking even greater favor from the Mother of Monsters, Baphomet sought to raid Hell to steal Asmodeus's ruby rod. Unfortunately for him, he was caught. As punishment, the Prince of Darkness inscribed his own symbol on the Minotaur Lord's brow with the nail of his index finger and imprisoned him in a maze so cunningly crafted that Asmodeus declared it unsolvable. In this act, the Lord of Hell overstepped. The cunning Baphomet not only solved the maze after only a decade, he stole the labyrinth itself from Hell, taking it with him when he returned to the Abyss. Baphomet claimed this new realm for himself. He plots and schemes from his redoubt to return to Hell, this time not to steal from Asmodeus, but to slay him.
Keep your calm.
Who's that sneaking around? The cultist pulls out a knife and looks around suspiciously. Once she gets a good look at you, she grins, showing her rotten teeth. Ah, our fresh meat is out for a walk, is it? Come over here. I'll get you good, in the name of Baphomet. Heh, go ahead, beg some more. Grovel. If I like it, I just might take pity on you and do it nice and quick. The cultist walks toward you, raising her dagger, but then, out of nowhere, a silhouette appears behind her. The next moment, she lets out a gurgling wheeze as the man pulls a string around her neck and starts strangling her. The cultist whips around and pushes her attacker away, but he still manages to take her dagger.
Don't just stand there. Kill her.
Good work. One less goon for them, one more knife for us. You're not half bad yourself. The name's Rekart. We should stick together, and maybe we'll make it out of this slaughterhouse. Oh, how about the fact that we've both hit rock bottom? We're meat waiting to be butchered. Use your head. What would I have to gain by tricking you? You think I can do worse things to you than whatever the cultists have in store for both of us? Alright, that's enough small talk. We better figure out how we're getting out of here. I have to make it to the Defender's Heart, no matter what it... Wait!
Wait! Don't! I'm a friend, not a cultist! See? I saw you. Do what you did. It was horrible. So much blood. But I guess you had no other choice, right? Those cultists are animals. Or were there so many of them all of a sudden? Where did they come from?
What do you think? They've been living here this whole time, walking the same streets as us, breaking bread with us. Maybe they've even dropped by this theater of yours a time or two, to listen to some music and dream about what they were going to do once they seized power. Anyway, what do you want from us?
You two want to get out of here? I have an idea of how you could pull it off. I've worked in this theater for a long time, so I know every nook and cranny in the place. I could point you toward a way out, but you have to promise me that you'll take me with you. No, you'll have to swear it. I don't want to die in here. Then you won't get anything from me either. I guess this is how we'll all die. Right here. You might change your minds, I suppose. We're not cultists. We're good townsfolk. We should be helping each other instead of whatever this is.
If you don't want to talk, then don't get in the way. We'll make do without your help. So listen, here's what I wanted to tell you before this fool crept up on us. No matter what it takes, I have to make it to the Defender's Heart. It's a tavern, you know it? Great, because believe it or not, that watering hole is now the most important place in what's left of the city. It's been made into the headquarters for the remnants of the resistance against the demons. You might not think it to look at me, but I work for the Paladins, from the Order of the Eagle Watch. The resistance was put together by their leaders, Anevia and Irabeth Tirabade. And I have information for them. Something big. Something they need to know right now. I'm serious. The lives of everyone in this city depend on me delivering this report. No, I am definitely not a knight. More like the opposite. But there are times when knights need the help of folks like me. You get the picture? I'm just a scout. And well, sometimes I do other things for them. Off the books. Hard to believe, huh? Well, the city isn't gonna curl up and die just like that. Everyone with the strength to fight is gathering at the Defender's Heart. And everyone without it too, I suppose. Sitting behind Paladin shields is safer, sure enough. The demons are preparing to launch an attack on the tavern. They're hoping to crush what's left of the city's defenders in one fell swoop. I was listening in on their plans when they caught me, tied me up, and threw me in here. I gotta warn the Paladins so that those fiends don't cut them all down. Instead, I'm lounging around at this luxury resort. Wait, listen to what I'm telling you. I hope I make it to the heart alive. I really hope I make it. But if I do end up kicking the bucket along the way, I want you to deliver my report instead. Find Commander Irabeth Tirabade or her wife Anevia at the tavern. Tell them the demons at the Tower of Estrad are preparing a large-scale assault. They have to know. They have to be ready. You understand? Then let's find a way out of this dump for starters. It might be worth talking to some of the other prisoners. They look like a bunch of half-dead wimps, but who knows? They could be of some use.
There are many roads to success.
Scene 1. Enter Chorus. A century of grief struck Avistan. Sark Horus fell, and the vast world wound opened. thus giving birth to the abyssal spawn. But then Queen Gaffrey, may her life be blessed, drank the vial, and, as Mendef's shield, led forth the great crusades. And so 100 years have passed. Iomade still guides us, as we hold the line. And in Kenabers, Prelate Hilrun wages his war on enemies of state. As long as he remains the law's unyielding keeper, the border city is safe from the demon's claws. Scene 2. A square in Kenabers. Prelate Hilrun stands proud. A guardsman runs over to him. Hilrun, who goes there? Guardsman, we're doomed. Prelate, doomed. A demon horde surrounds the city walls. Hilrun, not another word, you craven. Form a unit, we'll fight the beasts and slay them in the name of good. Guardsman, go outside the walls. I do not seek my death. Hilrun, you heretic. You would betray Kenabers? Die, then. Hilrun slays the guardsman. Hilrun, 'tis no place for cowards. Iomade protects us, but fear is fertile soil for cultist filth. Hilrun exits. Scene 3. Prelate Hilrun with his unit marches beyond the gates to face the demon horde. Hilrun, abyssal wretches stand before us. Inquisitor, here comes a spear. It barely missed you, Prelate. Why take the risk? Hilrun, for years on end I've risked my life against our foe, I do not fear to lose it. Draw your blade, and may the goddess bless us. Go. To battle. Chorus. The prelates fire and swords strike true. The endless ranks grow thinner by the minute, as snow in Mendef melts in early spring. The shrieking beasts have scattered for his ire. The prelate lives, Kenabers will not fall.
It's done.
A burly ginger-haired fellow is cradling his hand, it is wrapped in a rag that has turned dark from all the dried blood. He raises his eyes to you, his gaze is haunted and seems at odds with his imposing physique.
Who are you? What do you want? Bimir's my name, I'm a miller around these parts. I brought me flour to the city, and then
He sniffles.
I got caught up in this like a mouse between two millstones. No, I'm not one to pick a fight anyway, and now that I've got fingers missing, what am I gonna do to those dirtbags? Bite them.
He sighs.
Now, if you need to move something heavy, or bend something, or break down some door or other, that I can do, nothing to it. They bit it off, the brutes.
He sobs.
Half the palm, gone, just like that. How am I supposed to work now? How am I gonna feed me family? Escaping. There's a thought. You lot got a plan? I can't say I see a way out of this place, but if you find something, I'm going with you. Glory be. So how do we pull it off? You do that. Search the place through and through, there has to be some kind of a way out.
My expertise prevailed. Time for a clever approach. Focus on the goal. Watch out for trouble.
No time for standing around. You're not half bad.
My mission has ended in failure. To this.
Something's wrong.
I'll just have to resort to brute force. You're going down! Oh! Help! Now! My mission has ended in failure.
Please, focus. Something's wrong.
Keep your wits about you.
I serve the Crusades, strange as it sounds. It's done. We must act. No time for standing around. The mission must be carried out. You're not half bad. I served the Crusades, strange as it sounds. Focus. Agreed.
Does anyone require my
must
counsel? Never stop learning.
The mission must be carried out.
I'm up for an adventure.
Using clever tactics now.
Watch out for trouble. Time to practice my combat abilities. I'll just have to resort to brute force! So, it comes to this! My mission has ended in failure. My mission has ended in failure. I'll just have to resort to brute force! My mission has ended in failure. My mission has ended in failure. I'll just have to resort to brute force! So, it comes to this! You're going down! trouble.
I serve the Crusades, strange as it sounds.
Time to practice my combat abilities. You've made your choice. It's you or me. You're not a threat, you're an obstacle. You're going down! It's you or me. Please focus. You're not a threat, you're an obstacle. It's you or me. I've got you! You're not a threat, you're an obstacle. down! I've got you! It's you or me! This is unexpected. This is unexpected.
Agreed.
The theater is long overdue for some maintenance. The floor is sagging and cracks have formed between the stone slabs. Someone did a sloppy job of patching up a particularly large hole with uneven boards. The uneven boards were haphazardly fastened together with rusted nails, but they're still holding tight. You can't rip them off with your bare hands.
We can't open up this hole without some tools. We better have a good look around. There's got to be one lousy crowbar somewhere in this theater, right?
Regarth knocks on the planks.
Yep, this isn't looking good. We'll have to work quickly, or else they'll hear the creaking at the other end of the city. Maybe one of the no-hopers on stage can help us out? I could really use an extra pair of hands here.
You can see stone walls through the cracks. The air coming from under the floor is damp. It's hard to say for sure what awaits you down there, but it doesn't seem like a dead end.
Hey, cut it out. If we're going to clear this hole, someone will have to distract the cultists, or else they'll be on us before you know it.
Time for a clever approach.
The mission must be carried out. I serve the Crusades, strange as it sounds.
I'll just have to resort to brute force.
They think us easy prey.
My mission has ended in failure.
You're not half bad.
Watch out for trouble.
No time for standing around. You're not a threat. You're an obstacle. Keep your calm. There are many roads to success.
Scene 1. A brothel. Staunton, yawning. 'Tis morning. What a sweet dream I've had. Night watch is far more bearable a task. When one performs it here, in a bed of warmth. And not outside, in rain, and hail, and cold. Mistress, oh, Staunton,
Please,
dearest,
focus.
you're awake already. Don't say you're leaving me again. Please, stay. Oh, how I wish for you to spend just one more hour here.
We must
Or maybe a
act.
whole day. You may
You're
be short
going
of stature,
down.
my sweet hero.
I've survived
But 'tis the size of your
worse.
valor that's beguiled me. Staunton, alas, my love, I heed the trumpet's call. Such is a soldier's lot, one cannot stay in bed. Nay, one has to go on duty on occasion. It saddens me to leave you now, my dovelet. But that's the sacrifice I make in nation's name. Scene 2. An army warehouse. Staunton, oh woe is me. Why all of this misfortune? While I was boldly watchfully asleep, nestled in the bosom of my companion in arms. My every snore a ward against ne'er-do-wells. Connivingly they struck me in the back. They broke into the warehouse proper, and took it all, and left no scrap behind. What do I do? This plight is bound to earn me a conviction, in a prison cell, and lashes. Wait. Could it be? Idea. I'll go on a crusade post-haste. I hear that lots of folks like me, as fearless and as pure of heart, fight demons there and shed their blood aplenty, all for their homeland's hopes of peace. Mayhaps, then, none will wonder where I served and what great feats I committed along my noble path. So be it. Mendav. Meet your new crusader hero.
Something's wrong.
There's a sturdy-looking door in front of you that's locked. You hear someone snoring on the other side. The people behind the door are fast asleep. Judging by the snoring, sniffling, and smacking of lips, there are at least 3 people in there.
Having a little snooze, the pigs.
Regarth swears under his breath as he peeks through the keyhole.
If they wake up, we might not be able to handle them all at once. I wish we could smother them in their sleep, but the door's locked. Maybe we should wedge it shut with something from this side to keep them in there? Speech mod for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, narrator voice speech test. Speech mod for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, narrator voice speech test. Speech mod for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, narrator voice speech test. Speech mod for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, narrator voice speech test. Speech mod for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, narrator voice speech test. Speech mod for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, narrator voice speech test.
Speech mod for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, female voice speech test. Speech mod for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, female voice speech test.
Speech mod for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, male voice speech test. Speech mod for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, male voice speech test. Speech mod for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, male voice speech test. Speech mod for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, narrator voice speech test. Speech mod for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, narrator voice speech test. Speech mod for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, narrator voice speech test. The door opens without a sound. The cultists are snoring peacefully, unaware of the danger.
wits about you.
I serve the Crusades, strange as it sounds.
I'm up for an adventure.
You're not half bad.
Hey! I shall survive this ordeal.
You're not half bad. We must act. That's not worth it.
Now!
You're looking at the hastily boarded up heavy door. You hear voices coming from the other side. The wooden door looks hefty and the craftsmanship solid. It's not something one can break with their bare hands. You can't make out any words, but the cultists are clearly having a good time. You hear bits of crude speech, strained screams, and shrill cackling. The door is boarded up tight. The only way to get into the auditorium is to break it down. We've got the tools, so I guess we could open it, but we shouldn't. It leads to the auditorium, where the whole cultist gang is. It's in our best interest for it to stay shut.
Watch out for trouble.
Don't come any closer.
The hoarse warning is barked out with authority, the voice of someone who is used to giving orders. The speaker, however, does not look in the least bit intimidating, an aged dwarf woman in blood-stained clothes. Her face has been bandaged with a filthy rag.
You've already caused enough trouble to be hanged thrice over. Escort me to safety, and I will be willing to plead extenuating circumstance when the court hands down your inevitable punishment.
Rikertha's eyes dart toward the hallway. Quiet. He whispers. We're friends. You keep hollering like that, and the cultists will come to bump us all off.
Friends? I think not. You sound more like a street ruffian than a decent townsman.
She makes no attempt to lower her voice. A ruffian? I'm telling you, we're. The dwarf raises her fists defiantly.
Don't you dare. Stay back, in the name of Abadar.
Abadar, the god of cities, law, merchants, and wealth, also called the god of walls and ditches in the Eastern Dragon Empires, is known to be a patient deity. Maintaining a strong neutral stance in his actions, he strives to expand civilization and order among the peoples of Golarion. Rikert looks around nervously again, but it appears that no one can hear the dwarfs yelling. Drop the hysterics, Granny. We've already killed the ones that did this to you. We can get you out if you like, and if you don't, you can keep on sitting in this basement until you rot.
Fine, I'll take your word for it, but you better not be lying to me. Abadar sees all.
That's right. Come on, follow me. We'll get those old bones of yours out of this hellhole. The elderly dwarf adjusts the rag covering her eyes with brisk equanimity, as though it is an everyday part of her attire.
Well, I suppose I underestimated you young people. My apologies. I understand that you're planning an escape. Marvelous. I'm coming with you. Fortunately, back when my eyes were still intact, I happened to notice a certain detail that might now prove to be our salvation.
This here old gal's made of strong stuff. You can barely stand, but you sound like a military commander. Who are you anyway?
Freda Linstoden, Special Inspector of the City Council.
There is steel in her voice. She is obviously used to instilling fear in crooked functionaries with her name alone.
When this whole upheaval began, I was here at the theater conducting an inspection, and I had uncovered a number of egregious cases of misappropriation of funds. It is commendable that you've helped me out of the basement, but now your duty as good citizens demands that you help me deliver my report to the town hall. Embezzlement of public funds must not go unpunished. I tried appealing to those scoundrels' conscience. Well, to be precise, it is quite obvious that they possess no conscience, but I at very least tried to awaken their fear of legitimate authority. Don't they realize that the Mendavian army is about to enter the city and that every one of them will hang?
She reaches for the rag covering her face, but then jerks her hand back.
They splashed some caustic filth in my face. I do believe it's the worst thing that's ever happened to me on an inspection visit, but it's nothing an experienced cleric can't fix.
The nation of Mendaf is a land defined by its conflict with abyssal forces unheard of anywhere else on Golarion. The people of this beleaguered land are locked in a constant struggle with the World Wound, the demonic rift that lies beyond its western border.
In a most outrageous manner. Every year, the city would allocate vast sums to the theater's renovation, and yet the cracks all over the building only multiplied. The chandeliers in the auditorium are barely hanging on, they could fall at any moment. The costumes, which are recorded as being made from satin and velvet, were actually, if you can believe it, pieces of colored paper glued together. Shameful. I'm not a cleric, if that's what you are asking. I serve the judge of the gods from my own place in the town hall. Correct. There is some manner of undocumented well down in the orchestra pit. A Baydar knows where it came from, but the theater's solution was quite slipshod, they simply covered it with a pile of junk. That's an accident waiting to happen if ever I saw one. Some poor musician could trip and break their neck. Well, right now we can use this travesty to our advantage. Judging by the draft coming in through the cracks in the floor, the well must lead to the caves under the city.
The old girl's idea is solid. Riekerth scratches at his stubble. If we escape through the caves, nobody will find us. The question is, how do we open that well without alerting every cultist in the auditorium? Whatever, we'll think of something.
Whether the town hall exists or not is beyond my area of responsibility. I've got a report to deliver, and so it must be delivered, come rain, come fire, come demon invasion, it matters not. Duty above all.
Riekerth twirls his finger next to his head. Freyden nods curtly. You lot found a way out yet? He looks at his maimed hand, then shrugs and turns to Riekerth. Breaking things is easy work. Nothing we can't handle between the two of us, am I right? Right you are, except there's no way to do it quietly. You need to distract them while we break the floor open. Just don't push it too far, that lot is quick to pull a knife. Riekerth glances at the other prisoners on the stage. Maybe one of these poor saps can help you. You do that. Search the place through and through, there has to be some kind of a way out. I know this theater inside out and from top to bottom. We can escape, and I'll tell you how if you promise not to leave me here. Thank you. Shell and willing, we will all make it out of here together. So, here's the plan. He lowers his voice. You know, this is a very old theater, and between you and me, the city doesn't have the coin to maintain it properly. The foundation is sinking deeper and deeper every year, there are caves under the city, you know. There are cracks running up the walls, and the floor in the basement collapsed recently. We just covered the hole with planks more or less, but if you were to dismantle them, you could get into the catacombs. It's scary down there, alright, but not as scary as what's going on up here. Help you. But they'll kill me on the spot. He hesitates and gives you an apologetic look. I'm sorry, I'm not as brave as you. Maybe I can play something from backstage? Music could help you distract them, right? That's more like it? Well, it's do or die. You gather backstage by the boarded up hole. Well, is everything ready? I'll open up the floor, but it will take time and a lot of noise. Someone needs to go on stage and give them a little show. And I get the feeling that that someone will have to be you. Let me help you out with the floor. Vimir flexes his beefy left arm. 3 hands are still more than 2. I guess I could. Langrat looks at you timidly. No, I'm not going on stage no matter what you say, but I could play something from backstage. Music should help mask the noise a little. Let's get to it. It's a shame the ruined theater doesn't have an announcer who could exclaim, "Come one, come all." Be the first to see the death-defying act as a victim taunts a room full of murderers. Truly, this theater has never seen a performance like this before. No rehearsal, no script, only pure improvisation in front of an audience of rabid zealots. The screeching of rusted nails is already coming from backstage. Riekert is not wasting any time. What will Ratgeisticus do? How will he distract the cultists? Swiftly spotting the most pathetic of his captors, Ratgeisticus ridicules him to no end. The cultists laugh at their comrade, now being mocked by a prisoner, and they shower him with prods and cuffs. What a pitiful fate it is to have joined the army of the abyss in hopes of power and riches, only to become the most contemptible among the hated. The cultists laugh and whistle, they demand more. "You're a funny one," shouts one and adds, "We might let you live till tomorrow." Another one joins in, "What else can you do, huh? How about singing? Come on, sing for us." How will Ratgeisticus respond? The cultists' eyes glaze over. They jump to their feet and join in, afraid of singing a single word wrong. They are all completely oblivious to the creaking of nails as Riekert pulls them out of the floor. And there he is, waving from backstage. It's time to end the performance and promptly exit the stage without taking a bow or expecting applause. Gain 13 experience.